Oh, y'all, Man United fans are mad right now. So irritated, man. That was a good game. It was a game of two halves. It really was, right? Liverpool came out, they dominated in that first half. Man United grew into the game in the second half. Let's get into it. We'll break it down. Let's go. Y'all, welcome back to Nothing But Reds. Today's game, big game at Anfield, right? Man United at Anfield. Huge rivalry, right? Liverpool 13 points clear, now 16 points clear after that 2-0 win. Coming into the game, right, Man United are the team that give us issues. So the biggest thing for us was to come in, stick to our game plan, ride it out, get the 3 points. We played them at Old Trafford, right? Got the draw there. It was a 1-1 draw. So today coming out, the energy was there immediately, right? The atmosphere was nuts, right? Everyone's singing. I was mad because I was watching the game on NBC Sports and they were having commercials during the You'll Never Walk Alone. So that made me a little irritated. Nonetheless, coming out, first 15 minutes, 20 minutes, incredible. We get that opening goal, all right? And then the two goals, Van Dijk's header. Let's just talk about Van Dijk's header for a second, okay? Excellent cross into the box. Van Dijk, pinpoint header. De Gea didn't even know what to do with himself. We go up 1-0, and then coming back, Bobby's finish. Man, I know the goal didn't count, right? I know the goal didn't count, but look at that. Van Dijk, he went after that ball, and we know from experience, right? Remember against Everton, Van Dijk shanked that one, bounced off the crossbar, Origi finished it. So Van Dijk goes after that ball, right? Because he knows he wants to finish it. They let it go on. The refs let it go on because, of course, we have VAR. And then Firmino with an excellent finish. I was watching the game with a buddy of mine. He said it looked like a FIFA finish. It really was. It was pinpoint, the accuracy. It was unbelievable. Really, after that, I kind of figured the goal wasn't going to count. I don't know why they didn't call it at first. So then Wijnaldum's finish, right? That was a great feed. Excellent feed from Ox into the box, right? Ox into the box to Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum just a tad offside, but the way both finishes were excellent. The way Wijnaldum opened up his body to finish that on De Gea, who's not in good form but still a world-class keeper, really, really good finish. We had a lot of good chances, right? We had that excellent cross-field pass from Van Dijk over to Salah. Salah feed the ball into Firmino. Firmino, it was a little behind Firmino, so he tried to chip it into that near post. Just went a little wide of that post, but really, we just had great chances in that first half. And going into the second half, right, obviously it was United grew into the game, right? The possession in the first half was totally lopsided. But then the second half, and I'll get into the stats in a minute, the possession ended up finishing 53-47 in our favor. So it was relatively even. Really, United in that second half really, really grew into the game. They had some chances. They had no corners, I think, until the second half. I think they finished with 5 corners, and we finished with, looking at it now, I think 11. So it was really lopsided. And then, of course, that last goal, just to talk about it, Alisson, great vision all the way down the field, right? Salah, I was worried Salah wasn't going to finish, but Salah had a good game today. He really did. And I'm the biggest critic of Salah, but he really had a good game today. Let's break down each player's performance, right? So we'll start with the front three. Mane, great game. No complaints. He was doing what he normally does on that left side, being very athletic, breaking down the side of the field and then putting crosses into the box. He had a few good feeds into the middle of the field. Firmino, great. Really, just a good game. He's in good form. He had 2 chances, one that he converted. Of course, it was ruled out by VAR. He just played a great game. He really did. Salah, like I just mentioned, Salah had an excellent game as well. His link-up play was great. He wasn't losing the ball like he was. I think he may have had 1 turnover, but really he was holding. His hold-up play was good. He was holding the ball. He was feeding it back to Henderson or Trent, whoever was on that right-hand side, and then building the play up from there. Now, going into the midfield did a great job today. I think Henderson, I'll give Henderson an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Henderson had a great game. Wijnaldum, too. I can't say enough about Wijnaldum. He had that one really good breakaway where a defender was collapsing on him. I don't know if it was Matic or maybe Pereira or someone like that. Defender was collapsing on him. Just a little toe poke through the legs, and then he was off to the races. I think that may have been Mane's finish. Mane where he just toe poked. Oh, man, that was so close. He tends to do that. Mane tends to, when he should open up his body and rip one with his right foot, he tends to, do a little dummy, cross it over his body, and then try to finish with the left. and it usually ends up being a weak finish, right? So that kind of rolled across the goal, missed that one. But that little sequence by Wijnaldum was great. And again, his ball retention was excellent today, too. Now going over to Ox, I think Ox had a great game. When we saw him when he came off the field, he was really upset he got subbed, and I don't blame him. I mean, this was a great game to be involved in. I think he had an excellent game. He almost had a spitting image exact chance that he had against Man City a few years back, where he's right on the edge of the box, he was holding off a player, and then he just rips one. If that was 2 feet more to the left, maybe even a foot, I think De Gea would have had to make something special happen to save it. Had a lot of power behind that. But again, he had that feed into Wijnaldum, the one that was called offside. That would have been a great assist. And that was with his left foot nonetheless. Excellent, excellent pass. Going into the back four, Van Dijk and Gomez, excellent game. I don't think I saw either of them make a mistake. Van Dijk is just such a unit. I love the guy. Gomez looks good. It took him a while to get back into the hang of things, but I think he had an excellent game. Trent, flawless. Really flawless. Great crosses into the box, great feeds. Robertson was getting forward on that left-hand side, right? He allowed Mane to kind of drop in. He had some nice 1-2s with Mane and Firmino over on that side. Even Salah came over to that side in the second half to try to help out and create something. But Robertson, great game. And then Alisson, great game. Alisson, he had the assists. He had some good saves, some much-needed saves. I don't really think he gets challenged like he did last year anymore. I mean, we're just so organized now at the back with everything. It doesn't matter what team we play. Now, getting into the stats, y'all. So, stats, like I mentioned, the first half was a little lopsided, right? And Liverpool dominated that first half, in my opinion. And then towards the end of the game, second half kind of belonged to United, even though we scored. I think United played excellent. They really adjusted their game plan in that second half. So, getting into it, we had 53% possession to United's 47. All right, shots on target, pretty even. We had 5, they had 4. A lot of those were right at the goalkeeper. Worth mentioning, De Gea had a really good save. I think it was Mane. Maybe it was Salah. I can't quite remember who it was, but that foot save, chipped it over the bar with his foot. That was good. Now our shots, we had pretty much double the number of shots. We had 16 shots. They had 9. Passes, pretty even as well. 504 for us, 448 for them. So like I said, this game was a tale of two halves, right? We owned that first half, and then United kind of slowed the pace down a little bit, played some nice 1-2 kind of build-up play, and they got some chances on target, you know? I mean, but I was never worried throughout the game. I got a little worried at the end, but once they started getting the corners, right, once they started really getting into the final third and making chances, got a little nervous. That's just because I wanted the 3 point. Tackles, 21 tackles for us, 16 for them. It's obviously going to be a physical game coming in. It's Man United versus Liverpool. Huge rivalry, right? Huge game. 11 corners for us, 5 for them, like I was mentioning. 2 offsides for us, 3 for them, and it's the one offside was Wijnaldum, the goal, and then I don't remember the other one. I don't know. They didn't call Van Dijk's offside. I think they called it a foul. Yellow cards, 1 yellow card for us, 3 for them. I think one of them was on De Gea, the other was on Matic, and then someone else. I can't quite remember. Fouls conceded, 7 for us, 10 for them. So, like I said, guys, it was a game of two halves. It really was. But something I want to talk about is the fact that and I've mentioned this before, I'm not trying to jinx anything. Don't think I am. But we are at a point as a team where everything is just coming together. Everything's coming together, and we're playing the same. Our consistency is unbelievable. We don't really have off games. We'll have off halves maybe, right? And off 20 minutes, something like that. But we are just so consistent. We stick to the game plan without fail almost every time. And that showed today. I mean, we were attacking. They could not handle the press in that first half. They picked their head up. All of a sudden, there's 3 Liverpool guys, just pressing them. They couldn't handle it. We were just on them the whole game. And I really think that's why the scoreline's 2-0 and it wasn't a 1-1. Because they just couldn't handle it. They really couldn't handle it. And you can game plan for Liverpool, right? You can game plan for us. But that doesn't change the fact that you still have to come out and play and handle the press and handle our front 3 being incredibly... I mean, our link-up play today was unbelievable. Just one-touch passes, one-touch crosses. Everything was so quick, so organized. I'm so happy we beat United, right? Last year was the first time we had beat them at home in a while with that 3-1 win. I mean, really, it feels good to be beating United again. I think that today was just exemplary of what this team is. And damn near unbeatable. Right? I mean, damn near unbeatable. It's so difficult to beat us. And if you do beat us, You deserve it. That's really what I want to get at. But guys, thank you for joining me. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out, as well as the like button. Comment what you think about the game, right? I love hearing comments. I love hearing everyone else's viewpoints. I just love talking about the Reds, right? Thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, like I said, leave that like, and I'll see you guys next time.